One bright afternoon, Amy Rose strolled through the lush green fields of Green Hill Zone, humming softly to herself. The sky above was clear, with soft clouds lazily drifting by, and the warm sun lit up the colorful flowers that bloomed everywhere. She had just finished gathering a few wildflowers to decorate her home when she spotted something glinting in the distance, near the edge of the forest. Curiosity getting the better of her, Amy hurried toward the glimmer. When she reached it, she found a small silver pendant shaped like a star, lying half buried in the grass. The pendant sparkled with an unusual light, as if it was holding a secret. "What is this?" Amy wondered aloud, picking it up. As she held it in her hand, a faint glow surrounded her, and suddenly, an ancient symbol appeared on the pendant's surface. Before Amy could make sense of it, she heard the familiar rush of wind, and Sonic appeared at her side in a flash of blue. "Hey, Amy!" Sonic greeted her with his usual grin. "What you got there?" Amy turned to him, showing the pendant. "I found this near the forest. It looks special. I think it might be magical." Sonic eyed the pendant with curiosity. "Magic, huh? Sounds like another adventure." He leaned in closer, examining the glowing symbol. "Looks like it might lead somewhere." Just as Sonic said that, the pendant began to glow brighter, and a small beam of light shot out from it, pointing toward a hidden path in the forest. The light shimmered, illuminating a narrow trail that seemed to stretch deeper than the forest had ever appeared before. "Looks like it's showing us the way," Amy said, her heart fluttering at the thought of exploring somewhere unknown with Sonic. "Well, what are we waiting for?" Sonic said, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "Let's check it out." The two of them ventured into the forest, following the path the pendant revealed. The deeper they went, the quieter the world around them became. The usual sounds of birds and rustling leaves faded away, replaced by a soft, magical hum in the air. The trees grew taller and thicker, their trunks twisted in strange, otherworldly shapes. Vines draped from the branches like curtains, and glowing flowers lit their way as if they were walking into a dream. After what felt like hours of walking, they emerged into a hidden clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an enormous tree, its bark shimmering like silver, and around it bloomed hundreds of glowing flowers in every color of the rainbow. At the base of the tree was a sparkling fountain, its water clear and bright as the stars. It was a place unlike any other, magical, peaceful, and utterly beautiful. "Wow," Amy whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's like a secret garden." Sonic, usually quick to move, stood still, equally mesmerized by the beauty around him. "This place is incredible," he agreed. "But why did the pendant lead us here?" As they approached the tree, the pendant began to glow even brighter, as if responding to the energy of the garden. Then out of nowhere, a soft voice echoed around them, gentle like a breeze. "Welcome, travelers." Amy and Sonic looked around, trying to find the source of the voice. From the base of the tree, a figure appeared, an ethereal being, shimmering with the same light as the flowers. She had long flowing hair that seemed to be made of stardust, and her eyes sparkled like the night sky. "I am the guardian of the Stardust Garden," the being said, her voice melodic and soothing. "You have been chosen by the Pendant of Stars to help restore balance to this sacred place." Sonic tilted his head, intrigued. "Restore balance? What do you mean?" The guardian gestured toward the garden. "This place was once full of life and magic, but darkness has begun to creep in. The flowers no longer glow as brightly, and soon the magic of the garden will fade completely. The pendant you found is the key to reviving the garden's power. You must find the lost star shards hidden in the far corners of this land and return them to the fountain. Only then will the garden be restored." Amy stepped forward, determined. "We'll help. What do we need to do?" The guardian smiled softly. "The journey will be challenging, but with the power of the pendant, you will find your way. The first star shard lies in the Cave of Echoes, to the east of this garden. Be careful. The darkness has already taken root there. Sonic cracked his knuckles. A challenge, huh? Sounds like my kind of thing. Let's get those shards. With a nod from Amy, the two set off toward the Cave of Echoes, the pendant guiding them once more. As they ventured further, the forest grew darker, and the trees seemed to close in around them. The air became colder, and a faint whispering sound filled the air, growing louder the closer they got to the cave. When they arrived, the entrance to the Cave of Echoes loomed before them, dark and foreboding. Sonic grinned, always eager for action. Stay close, Amy. We'll handle this in no time. Inside the cave, the walls were lined with crystals that reflected their every move, creating eerie echoes that made it seem like dozens of versions of themselves were moving in the shadows. Amy held tightly to the pendant as they navigated the twisting passages, her heart racing with both excitement and nervousness. After what felt like hours of searching, they reached the heart of the cave, where the first star's heart glowed faintly in the center of a stone altar. But as soon as Sonic reached for it, the ground shook and dark tendrils of shadow emerged from the walls, blocking their path. "We've got company," Sonic said, dodging the tendrils with his usual speed. Amy grabbed the shard. "I'll take care of these guys." Amy nodded, her confidence growing as she watched Sonic move effortlessly through the shadows. She darted toward the shard, the pendant glowing brightly in her hand. With a swift motion, she grabbed the shard and held it up high, the light from the pendant growing even stronger as the light from the shard and the pendant merged. The shadows began to retreat, vanishing into the walls of the cave. The ground stopped shaking, and the cave returned to its quiet, echoing stillness. "We did it!" Amy cheered, holding the glowing shard in her hands. Sonic zipped over to her, his usual grin back in place. "Nice work, Amy. Let's head back and get this shard to the garden." They returned to the Stardust Garden, where the Guardian awaited them. As they placed the first star's heart into the fountain, the water sparkled even brighter, and the flowers surrounding the tree glowed with renewed life. "Thank you, brave travelers," the Guardian said, her voice filled with gratitude. "But your journey is not yet over. 2 more star shards remain. Together, you will restore this garden and protect its magic." Amy looked at Sonic, her heart full of excitement and warmth. She couldn't help but feel that, with every step of this adventure, they were growing closer. Sonic caught her gaze and winked. "Ready for the next part, Amy?" "Always," Amy replied, smiling brightly, and so, hand in hand, they set off on the next leg of their journey, ready to face whatever challenges came their way, knowing that as long as they were together, they could conquer anything.